Hi and welcome to this video. So part 2 of this week's, because there's so much information in that I've had to split the video into 2. In this one hopefully we get the remaining elevator control, basic control system set up. I'm hoping maybe to get a little bit more done, I don't know yet. We'll see how we get on. So let's get cracking, come on then. Okay, I've made up my my version of the horn. As you can sort of see, the mounting holes in the bottom there are further apart by quite substantially, further apart, which gives it much better torsional rigidity that way. The holes on the side there are slightly further apart, and that's because I've actually made the horn very slightly wider, 1/4 inch wider. But you also notice it's kinked forward, so this hole here is sort of in line with the hinge line rather than it being set back as it would have been originally. It's been set back quite a way, like that. So that's it. And the plate which would go on the far side, that's changed now, so it actually matches up with the base in line, so it won't overhang, and again all set up. It's now currently just drilled 4mm. These holes are yet to be enlarged, going through here to make up the things. So we'll drill the holes, then I'll ream them to the 3/16 and put the AN3 bolts through to hold it all together, get that lot checked up, and when I'm happy with that I'll prime paint. I'm just going to drill the first hole through. That's the harder one, I suppose. Getting that one in the right place. So I'm just sticking a 4mm bolt through there. That just holds it in place. Now I can get this rear one in. Just double check that that's square. Now I've got another 4mm, and hopefully that going right the way through. What I can do is I can now drill right the way through there at 4.5, and then I'll ream it. Now it's reamed. Take the nut off the back. Just deburr that. And that's now all ready. I'll give that scotching. I'll take the covering off here, give that scotching. Same with that, and we get that lot painted up, and we actually bolt and fit it to the elevator. I'll only be using plain nuts on the elevator itself because it's going to come off again, but I'll actually permanently fix these going through on here because it'll be done and dusted. Okay, I'm just going to put the horn together. I'm not going to tighten it up particularly tightly at the moment. I will be torquing it up to with a torque wrench. Oops, set at 25 inch-pounds. I found that with these nylocks it's about 2 inch-pounds or so torque required to get them to move, as they're sort of sticking friction, and for this type of nut it's the torque settings 20 to 25 inch-pounds, so by having it set at the hireable tolerance it should be within the spec. The heads of the bolts going through from the bottom up, which is not normal practice. Normally we'd have the bolts heads on the top going down. The reason I'm doing it that way up is the nuts can be easily inspected when it comes to pre-flight checks, and you've got the markers on there so you can actually see if it's undoing. Okay, so I've got the reversing lever locked up with that clamp, just making sure it's sort of staying in place, and you can probably just see, if I just swing you out, there's a piece of wood going across the elevators there to make sure they're dead flat. And all I need to do is I just need to raise this up to here and put a mark on. I will now cut the pipe off there, clean it out, and I'll bond the ferrule in and rivet it. I'll then clean up the whole thing, I'll paint it. You don't need to see me going through that palaver, but that's what I'll do. And then we'll have that one ready to go, and we can check the range of movement on the joystick and slowly eat back at the floor. We'll see how that one goes. So with the piece of wood going across, clamped to the far side tailplane, holding the elevator level with the horizontal stabilizer, I've got the long tube in, ferrules in, the eye end there, I've got the lock nut tweaked so it's tight. We've got this lot going forward, and then up the front end here again the stiff nut's been tightened, and I've got the bolt through with this little packing piece. You can probably just see there that there's a sort of bobbin top and bottom. I've actually put longer bolts through and they've got bobbin top and bottom, and that'll be for the trim system, which you'll start to see coming together shortly. But until then I won't go into that in any great detail at the moment. So next stage is to take the whole lot, lift up the back end enough so I can get the range of movement into the elevator. Okay, so the elevator range of movement is 20 to 25 degrees up and down, so we'll get things started off. We'll use the actual horizontal stabilizer as a datum because that matches the longerons, and we'll see what we're getting with the elevator and slowly start to get the up elevator. My plan is I want to get around 25 degrees, so close to the maximum, 24-25 degrees up elevator motion, and I want to be about 20-21 degrees of down elevator is where I'd like to be. There we go, we've got 24 degrees near enough up elevator, so that's close to the limit there. Everything's looking good there. A small amount of clearance there. I think there's just sufficient clearance there for where the undercarriage will go. Because we're going to have the undercarriage beam going along there, so only just enough clearance. 22.5 degrees of down elevator, so that's good. So the range there has been set by a line there. Okay, to get the aileron roll aperture up there cut out to close to where it needs to be. It'll need to have fine trimming, but I just want to get close. You can see we've got a piece of wood there. Those 3 marks are the marks I got, the measurements I got from doing the aileron range of movements on the lower wings to see how far the push rods need to go backwards and forwards. So that should be what it is there. So I've marked centre line. That is with the joystick here vertical in relationship to the side piece there. So as a datum, and also using the bottom of the spar carry through there to make sure everything was horizontal and vertical. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to trim until I can get those over to the line either side. Not an awful lot that needs to be done to do that. So here's my hole going through for the control column exit there, which I've set up. That gives me the approximate range of motion for the aileron. The width there and the length is giving me the correct elevator, with the stick in the sort of like full rear position coming up in contact here. We are getting 22 degrees of up elevator. In the centre here we're getting that sort of 24 degrees, which is good. In the rear corners and bits and pieces we're still managing to get the just over 20 degrees going over in each corner, so we're within the range of motions for the elevator at each of the aileron positions going across, so that's good. The aileron isn't changing going across each of those, so yeah, we're doing well there. So that's a good basic. It can be dressed back and made slightly larger or smaller. I'll make up a nylon plate to go into there. An issue I have found that with the control column in the full rearward position, the clearance under here for the area where the undercarriage mounting crosspiece goes is literally 1/8 of an inch, which is how thick the material is. So this would be touching on that. I will be changing that undercarriage structure slightly, carry through going across here slightly to maintain the strength, but to get rid of the bit that's in that area there. Okay, let's see if I can show you what I'm trying to work out. Here's sort of the cross pieces that are sort of drawn on the plan. Here are the fair leads which Fisher have supplied, and I've put the nylon insert in as required. So these are bored to the right size, exactly as it is per the plan. Right, as the control column moves backwards and forwards for the elevator control, this control tube here goes up and down due to the walking link, the angles on the walking link. So what I've done is I've set it at the moment. Control column is fully back, full up elevator, and the walking link is where it would be, and I've just got the nylon resting on the control column on the top, control rod at the top. So as this goes forward, that rod will, as we're looking at it, go down. It's going up, but I haven't even got to full neutral yet, and it's already, you can sort of see there, it's rubbing to such an extent actually that I can actually let go of the elevator. It's producing that much rub friction, so yeah, it's sort of jumping back. So that is too small a hole. Having had a little play and looking at the amount of up and down motion that you get, let me just get this bit out of the way. You can sort of see that there's vertical motion as I go through full range of motion there. You can sort of see that there's a chunk of movement going up and down. At this point here at the rear, it's about 16 millimeters. At the center section one here, it's just over 9, about 3/8 of an inch. And at the front section there, we're going through here where the other support is, we're getting back into nearly 18 millimeters or so of vertical motion. So to put these little guides on, which only got about 1/8 of an inch of free play, and have 3 of those, and having this amount of vertical motion, we're going to end up with the friction of these on the tube causing a restriction, as we move up and down. So I don't want that. I don't think that with it being held rigid, fairly firmly here, that there's going to be enough whip in the system to cause aggravation. So I'm going to build the support here for the control tube, and I'm going to make the hole elongated. Okay, there's the elongated guide for the tube. Set up, giving that 3/8 extra top and bottom, so you can sort of see it just clears the top there. And if I move the elevator to the full opposite position, it's just there, just clear at the bottom. So there's the range. We'll see once it's cured how good that is at supporting things, but at least there's no binding involved there. And we'll have a look to see whether I actually need to put one in anywhere else. I think that should do it. Well, that's it for this week. Second video. I've done a lot this week playing with this elevator control system. So now the basic elevator control system is in. Things to do going forward is to sort out the trim. I've done a little bit on that, as I mentioned, but I'll go into detail when I get that finally put into position. And of course I need to double check to see whether the fair lead system works. I've just got that single fair lead, got to let that cure off, and then I'll see whether I need to put in any more. I'm hoping that just the one. I may stick another one in, but we'll find out going forward. I should think in the next video I'm going to be playing with the brake master cylinder and pedal setup and show you what I've designed and see whether we can get that fitted into the aircraft. Well, at least fabricated if nothing else. Anyway, thank you for watching and catch you again in the next video. Bye now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe or even hit the little bell notification for future videos. Any comments would be appreciated and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, go fly and feel the sky.